Welcome to WMUL-FM training. I'm Mike Stanley. This is the 18th video in our series on Rivendell Radio Automation. This video will cover how to manage the library using RD Library. First, we will cover how to create a new cart within RD Library. Click the Add button. The Add Cart dialog box will appear. Select the group to which you wish to add the cart. The new cart number will automatically be set to the lowest free cart number within that group. In this case, within the group MISC, the first free number is 40,006. You can also pick your own number. It will not let you pick a number that already exists or that is outside the range for the group. If I try to use the number 100,000, it tells me that 100,000 is not a valid number for the MISC group. If I try to use the number 40,005, it tells me that number is already in use. Select either audio or macro cart. Type in a title if you wish. You may also leave the title as is. Click OK. A new cart with a single blank cut will be created. Most of the metadata fields will also be blank. Let's take a moment to talk about some of the controls on the Edit Cart dialog box. Click the Add button to add a new blank cut to the cart. Click the Delete button to delete the selected cut. Use the Copy and Paste buttons to copy a cut to the clipboard and then paste it over another selected cut. You can copy and paste within a cart or between carts. To demonstrate, I will open this from the Campus of Marshall University cart, select the cut within it, and copy. Now this cut is on the clipboard. I will close this cart and open the Halloween cart. I click Add to add a new cut, select it, and click Paste. Now, from the Campus of Marshall University cut is part of the Halloween cart. Next, we will discuss recording a cut directly into Rivendell. You can record a cut directly into Rivendell using any of the Production Studio workstations. You can also record using Studio A. However, that requires attention to detail to set up the board correctly to record and not go over the air. Select the cut that you wish to record into. Open the Cut Info Record dialog box. This set of controls at the bottom allows you to both preview the audio in the cut and to record new audio. Be careful with this. Once you start recording, the previous audio is deleted forever. You will usually want to make certain that Channels is set to 1. It is highly unlikely that you will be recording stereo audio with this method. Set record mode to manual. The other mode, Vox, does not seem to work. It is supposed to start the recording when you begin speaking. However, I have not been able to make that work. Set auto trim to off. Turn on your microphone and adjust your levels. Arm the recording by clicking the record button. If audio already exists in this cut, it will display a confirmation warning. When the recording is armed, the record button will turn red in the middle and the play button will blink green. It is not recording yet. Click the play button to start the recording. The play button will stay green and this timer will begin counting up. When you are done, click the stop button. You can preview the recording by clicking the play button and listening through the preview channel. Next, we will cover the Edit Markers dialog box. Each cut has several markers to tell the system and the user the location of certain points within the song. This is the waveform representation of the cut. The colored bars with the arrows are where the markers are. These controls on the side control the view of the waveform. The two amplitude buttons zoom in and out on the amplitude of the audio. They only change the view, they do not change the actual amplitude. The time controls let you zoom in and out on the timeline. If you are zoomed in, you can use the scroll bar to scroll through the timeline. The go-to controls let you quickly scroll to either the cursor, the beginning of the cut, or the end of the cut. These are the transport controls for listening to the audio. This play button starts from the beginning of the cut. This play button with the bar starts playing from the cursor. The loop button will toggle looping playback. These controls are for setting the markers. Cut start and cut end should usually be set to the beginning and end of the file. They mark the beginning and end of the audio. If I were to set the cut end marker here in the file, then the cut would stop playing here. To set a marker, click the button of the marker you wish to set, and then click in the timeline where you wish to go. You can drag the cursor around until you find the exact spot where you want the marker. Then click the marker button again to confirm it. The cut gain control will adjust the actual amplitude of the cut. Generally, it will be easier and more controlled to move the cut into your audio editor and adjust the amplitude there. In an audio editor, you can adjust the amplitude of just a portion of the cut. The audio editor also gives you access to compressors and limiters. Talk start will usually be set to the same as cut start. Talk end will be where in the song the lyrics start. When setting the talk marker, you only have to set the talk end marker. The talk start marker will automatically be set the same as cut start, but you can change the marker if you need to. Segue start is the crossfade point in the song. That is the point at which the song is fading out and the next song should start. It will usually be around where the levels of the song drop below this red line at -16. Segue end will usually be the same as cut end. When setting the segue marker, you only need to set the segue start marker. The segue end marker will automatically be set to the same as cut end, but you can change the marker if you need to. Click the remove marker button, and then the marker you wish to remove. The segue markers and the talk markers are always a pair, so if you remove one, then the other is also removed. As you can see, I removed the segue start marker, and the segue end marker was also removed. Consult the manual for the complete details on the markers, including where to set the talk and segue markers for audio carts that are not songs. Program intros, promos, and such use the markers slightly differently. Next, we will cover the import-export dialog. If you have a cut and you wish to import an audio file into it, you can use the import-export dialog. If there's already audio in the cut, importing new audio will overwrite the old audio. Select the cut and click the Import-Export button. The Import-Export dialog will appear. Make certain that Import File is selected, then click the Select button to bring up the File dialog box. The Y and Z drives are under Computer/MNT. Find your file and click Open. If you have tagged the file with metadata, check the Import File Metadata box. Make certain that the channels control matches what is in the file. Make certain that Auto Trim and Normalize are both turned off. Click Import. It will take several seconds depending on how long the file is. When it is done, it will pop up Import Complete. If you check the Import File Metadata box, that metadata will appear in the cart and the cut. You can now use the Edit Markers dialog or the Cut Info Record dialog to set those settings. You can also export a cut from the system to a file on the server. Select the cut you wish to export and click the Import Export button. Select Export File. Use the Select button to find the folder where you wish to export this cut. Add the file name into the box here and click Save. Make certain that Export File Metadata is checked. The format should be PCM16, 44,100 samples per second, and either mono or stereo depending on the cut. Make certain that Normalize is unchecked. Click Export. It will take several seconds depending on the size of the cut. When it is done, it will pop up Export Complete. You can use the export and import controls if you need to modify a cut after it has been ingested. Export the cut to a file, open that file in your audio editor, make your edits, save it, and re-import the file. You may have picked up a significant difference between Rivendell and our previous system, Wide Orbit. In Rivendell, you can easily edit the metadata of a song without having to export the file to an audio editor. In fact, many of the metadata fields are only editable inside Rivendell. Next, we will cover how to delete audio from the system. Deleting is permanent, there is no undo. Be cautious with it. First, we will cover how to delete just an individual cut. Open the cart and select the cut you plan to delete. Export the audio to make certain a copy is retained on the main server. You may skip this step if you know for certain a copy already exists. Click the Delete button. It will ask you to confirm. Next, we will cover how to delete an entire cart. Export each cut from the cart if needed. Select the cart in the main RD library screen. Click Delete. It will ask you to confirm. There are two RIP CD buttons in RD library, one on the main screen and one on the Edit Cart dialog box. We do not use either of these. If you rip the CD with these buttons, you do not have the chance to review and edit the audio before it goes on air. That concludes our video on managing the library in RD Library. Our next video covers cut day parting and rotation. Thanks for watching.